Hi y'all, my name is Emma and I am the Minimalist Engineer on Instagram, and today I'm going to be sharing the backstory of how I got started on my debt-free journey. In 2013, I decided that I was going to go to school out of state after I graduated high school. I really wanted to be far away and I just wanted something new. I wanted a fresh start. And so I did it. I went out of state. I went to school about 5 hours from where I currently live, and I got my degree. I graduated in the spring of 2017. I earned my Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, and being an engineer has always been my dream pretty much my whole life. I remember wanting to be an engineer as early as 4th grade. So in college, I accrued $166,000 of debt. My debt is purely student loan debt. I don't have a credit card. I paid cash for my car. I don't have like a personal loan. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have anything except for all student loan debt. I did take out money to live off of in college, but it was part of my student loans. After I graduated college in the spring of 2017, I moved farther away from my family. I moved about 10 hours away. And I got what I would have considered was my dream job. It was a really fun job. I was working as an engineer. I felt like my job was actually making an impact on some people's lives, which was super, super cool. When I moved farther south, I did not make a payment on my student loans for the first 6 months that I lived there because I was in deferment. So I think it was the day after Christmas, I made my first student loan payment. 3 separate lenders for my student loans. And I paid a whopping total of $1,000. It was more than that. Holy cow. I'm sorry. I paid $1,100 for my minimum student loan payments. And that's more than what I was paying for rent. I rented a 2-bedroom apartment in a city and was paying more than that on my student loan minimums. So about 4 or 5 months after I had moved away from my family, one of my grandmas actually ended up in the hospital and I freaked out. I had some money in savings and I could afford to fly home, but I realized I wasn't secure, I guess, in my finances. I was cautious about spending money. I knew I had to be careful. But I knew I couldn't just up and leave. I couldn't up and quit my job because I needed to make sure that I was going to be able to make my minimum payments. And it kind of scared me, but I wasn't like terrified yet, I guess. It just was something I had started to think about. And I ended up doing a little bit of research and I found Dave and I found his podcast and I started listening to his podcast at work, and I started gaining all this financial knowledge, and it really scared me because I knew I had a lot of debt and I knew it was going to take me a really long time to pay it off. And I knew I couldn't make any additional debt payments while I was living away from my family because I was paying too much in living expenses and I was paying too much in my minimums to have anything left at the end of the month. So as I'm freaking out about my grandmother being sick and me not living at home and being able to hang out with her whenever I wanted, I'm freaking out because I also have all this debt. I have to take care of this debt with this gazelle intensity that I feel like I'll never have because my minimum payments are too big. About 3 months, I would say, before I moved home, 3 or 4 months maybe, I decided that I was going to move home. So I started looking for jobs. I started applying. I came home to interview for some stuff. And I started saving money because when people call into the Dave Ramsey show and they talk about moving, he says to stockpile all your cash. And that's exactly what I did. I stockpiled all of my cash. By the time I moved home, I had a little bit over $10,000 saved up. And I knew I was going to have to rely on that money at some point. And we moved all of my stuff back into my parents' house. And when I moved home, I actually did not have a job yet. So I decided that because I had all this money saved up, I was going to go back to school because I didn't want to sit at home and do nothing for who knows how long because I didn't have a full-time job lined up. So I went back to school. I paid cash for the first semester of my master's degree, which was crazy and like just super sad to send over all that money that I more than anything just wanted to send to debt but couldn't because I knew I had to make some kind of investment in my future with that money because I wasn't doing anything else while I was home. I'm currently earning a degree in engineering management, which hopefully should help me elevate my career a little bit, and in the end hopefully I'll make a little bit more money from having it. Probably about 6 weeks into the school year, I got a job offer for the job that I currently have now, and I'm very, very fortunate. I get to work as an engineer. I work for a very good company. I'm so thankful for this job, because this job is the reason why I'm actually able to start this debt-free journey. Because my bills are minimal and my salary is good, I'm able to pay my debt back. I'm so grateful that I do have this opportunity, because I get to see my grandparents whenever I want. They both live just a few miles away from my house, and I'm so lucky that I can just pop over there. I can go after work, I can go on the weekends, I can plan stuff with them. This is kind of what got me started on my journey. I've made foolish choices as a teenager to go away to school, as a young adult to move farther away from home, where I was kind of on an island. And I wouldn't trade any of those decisions for the world, because they've really helped me grow as a person. And I know I would be so different if I always lived at home. When I know Dave's opinion about adult children, and I'm just gonna let that slide for now, because I'm a full-time student and I work full-time job, so I'm not super concerned about being an adult child. So I hope this kind of helped you guys see a little bit more of my background and why I got started on this debt-free journey, and how I'm trying to take advantage of my current situation that I'm in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them for you.